Hello and welcome to another Writerly Witterings with me, the tea drinking author who's currently without a cup of tea because that's the way things are. If you like this video, don't forget, go down to the bottom, like, subscribe, hit the alarm button. And I've currently got a Bernese Mountain Dog pushing past me to get to the window seat. She is exceedingly wet and quite repellent, and now my trousers are wet. And it would seem that she's now going to have a fight with the Rhodesian Ridgeback to see who stays on the window seat. Girls, enough. Sit down. Sit. So, what are we doing today? Well, any of you who have been following me know damn well that I'm a mug for a really nice grey coloured ink. Which is why I'm perturbed to discover I've just picked up the wrong ink completely. One moment, I'll be back in a second. Aha! Here's the one I meant to pick up, which is a delicious Earl Grey from Diamine. Now, what makes it delicious? It's got various shades of blue in it. It is such a gorgeous ink that I'm only halfway through it, but I've already got the larger size bottle, 80cc's bottle, because Diamine is not expensive and it's damn good ink. So if you're in any doubts about things, they are a very good company to go to, and they're sold with all of the major ink suppliers, so it's nice. So I do like a pleasant grey. I have a lovely number of different greys. So for example, there is the Cult Pens with Diamine, Christ the Redeemer, which is, to my eye, I say it's got a reddish quality. I would say, looking at it now in this rather cold light of day, because it's been raining most of the day, it's almost a greenish tinge. It's really very nice indeed. But what you can see here is, I've said for comparison, here's some Diamine Earl Grey. So it's a much darker colour there. And if I just go back to where I reviewed it fully, which shouldn't take too long, does take me a while, but I like greys that have got a good shade. Now here is a longer section, and you can see that it's got a really rather pleasant, I would say a reddish hue to it. It shades well, it gives really good impact on this paper. That was a Rhodesian Ridgeback pushing underneath my desk. She's now resting her wet chin on my leg for some reason. This is a Goulet Pens cahier, which has the 68 GSM, I think it is, Tomo River paper, which is delightful to write on, and I use it because I use this cahier for all of my ink tests, and that way you can see exactly how each ink compares to the next. I also always use this pen, or an identical one, which is a TWSBI Go with a 1.1mm stub nib, so it's quite a wide nib and it gives a chance of seeing what the shading is all like. You can see here that is really rather delightful. So when I heard from those very nice people at Dominant Industries that they had their own version of Earl Grey called Earl Grey Tea, I thought, well, I've got to have a go at that, haven't I? But not all Earl Greys are alike. So for example, I sort of expect an Earl Grey to be a grey. Those nice chaps at Dominant Industries have got a different view on things though. They consider Earl Grey to be tea, so they think it should be tea coloured. So let's load some up and have a look. One TWSBI Go with a nice, delightfully simple mechanism. You just push the plunger down and release it, and it sucks ink up. I've got to hope that the Ridgeback resting her chin on my lap is not going to suddenly make a sharp move and make me spill a whole bottle of ink. No, she's moving very gently and carefully. She knows that life would be painful were she to be foolish. Right, I'm just putting a lid on my bottle because I have before now on my videos tipped ink all over my desk, and it makes me feel just that little bit stupid. So here we have one TWSBI Go. And the thing that you'll notice is, if you can see the colour there, this is not a grey. This is, I would say, a rather badly stewed cup of builder's tea in English terms. That means it is exceedingly strong. If I just show you the blotting paper, it's really a sort of golden orangey red. I'm now going to do a little bit of writing so you can see what it's like. Gosh, what joy! I can hear you gasping with excitement. Now, I have to say that there are times when I am really competent and very efficient and really quite clever when it comes to technology, and then other times I revert to normal. So I've just spent 15 minutes writing, talking, letting you know all the good aspects of this rather lovely ink, and showing you what it looks like as it goes down wet and how it dries out and various other things. It was a magnificent talk. Would have been even better if I'd pressed video record rather than take a photo. So I've got a lovely photo at the outset of a blank page. I thought you might enjoy that, just to know how gormless an author can be. But you can't see it so much now. When it went on, it was much more of a reddish tinge. Just take this away. Good. So you've got more natural daylight now. It was a reddish orange at first when it was wet, but as soon as it dries, it becomes a slightly more pinkish orange. But either way, it's gorgeous, gorgeous colour. I'm very pleased with it. It's some years ago, someone very generous sent me a sample of, I think it was butterscotch that was produced by KWZ. I'm just trying to find it here. And I was absolutely blown away by it. Here it is, KWZ, and it was Meet Me in St. Louis butterscotch. There you go. Which is a really delightful brown. Now, I like Diamine Sepia. That works really well for me. And I like KWZ's honey. But the honey is sort of a bit too yellow for my taste. I was much more keen on butterscotch, but sadly they're not doing it. However, because that was just a one-off for the New Orleans pen show. But now, you see, it's dropping bits of paper everywhere. It is a lighter colour, but it's not dissimilar. If it was just a tad darker, it would be a butterscotch. And I think that butterscotch is really rather glorious. And I think this Earl Grey tea is too. Not only do I like the name, I like the tea, and I like this ink. So there you go. Just one more shock tier system. An ink that I'm stupid enough to think you could almost drink. And I'm certainly stupid enough to fail taking a video of doing it. There are times when I despair. Anyway, I must just say, I've been propping a little lamp up here. This took me an inordinate amount of time to write. It was great fun, all on Shanghai, because I did some research and I discovered lots about Shanghai from... I found the book only the other day and I've moved it again. Where is it? Where are you? Nope, lost it. An excellent book by... It's underneath here, so I can't get it. It's one of the stands of this camera currently. Actually, I will just get it out because it's such a good book. Ah. Here we go. Empire Made Me by Robert Bickers. Absolutely excellent book. It's not a novel, it is the true story of a chap who went out to Shanghai after the First World War, and it's basically the story of the city of Shanghai. It says it's his account of this corrupt and mesmerising city, illuminated by the rediscovered letters and photographs of a forgotten Englishman, a tough and resourceful policeman who stepped into the maelstrom of post-war Shanghai, told through the moving story of one man's life and death while working for the governing class he could never belong to. It's brilliant. If you ever see this in a bookshop, buy it, because it is fabulous. And it was because of that that I had to write this, which this is just the proof copy, as you can see, but it is now available at the wonderfully, stupidly cheap price on Amazon of £8.99. So I can thoroughly recommend you get hold of a copy. I've just actually bought a whole bunch of copies so that I've got books that I can sign and take round bookshops, which seems like a far better idea than letting Amazon take all the money. There you go. But if you want it on Kindle, it's there as well. Anyway, apart from that, I've now got to crack on. I am looking at redesigning a website and writing a novel. So I'm basically being kept quite busy. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the alarm bell, and then everything gets really nice and you get warned with a new video. But in the meantime, I'm going to go away, smack myself for not remembering to press video record, and I'll see you soon. Have a good week, have a wonderful time, and next time I'll do another Dominant Industry Inc., but next time I'll remember to record it properly. In the meantime, here's proof that I can use the phone occasionally with a couple of pups behaving as they normally do in the morning. This house is mayhem.